magkakaiba ngunit isa. Ate, kuya at mga peps, bata, matanda, kasali ka. Halika na't makinig sa DZUP 1602. Dayo na't makinig sa DZUP 1602. Kasali ka. Dito harapin ang sama-sama mga isyu ng ating lipunan. Ang ating magagawa para sa bayan, kasali ka. Halika na't makinig sa DZUP 1602. Tayo na't makinig sa DZUP 1602. Kasali ka.
Pagpapala natin, mapagpalaya't malayang bukas kamping, tinggin, tinay-tindig ng bayan. Lakas ng sama-samang paghakbang, ikaw at ako, kasali tayo.
Halika na't makinig sa DZUP 1602. Tayo na't makinig sa DZUP 1602. Ikaw ako, tayo sa DZUP 1602. Kasali ka.
Philippine Standard Time 12:01 ng tanghali sa DZUP 1602, kasali ka.
This World Radio Day, we recognize how radio continues to evolve, guided by innovation and grounded in public service. With the help of artificial intelligence, radio delivers information more efficiently, improves sound quality, and supports responsible journalism. Yet at its core, radio remains deeply human. A trusted voice, a companion in times of need, and a bridge that connects communities. As technology advances, radio's commitment to truth, service, and the public good remains unchanged. This World Radio Day, we celebrate radio and artificial intelligence working together to better serve the public. Happy World Radio Day!
Oblation Run!
Fighting my roots!
Isaw!
Sunken Garden,
Lantern Parade!
Utak!
Puso!
UP!
Pasok ka rito!
Tara sa kwentuhang may utak.
Kwentuhang may puso.
UP Atin to!
Magandang araw mga kasali, sabay-sabay po nating pagsaluhan ang isang panibagong kwentuhang may utak, kwentuhang may puso. Ito po ang UP Atin to. Ako po si JJ Malate. Maari po kayong makisali sa ating usapan sa pagpapadala ng inyong mga tanong, komento, or if you have suggestions and anything na gustong sabihin, ay i-comment lamang yan sa aming comment section ng ating Facebook and YouTube Live. Tayo po'y napapakinggan sa audio streaming sa dzup.org, sa 1602 kHz sa inyong mga radyo, at napapanood po tayo sa official Facebook page and YouTube channel ng DZUP. Sa ating Rekwento segment sa araw na ito, bida po ang mga highlights mula sa kasaysayan at mahahalagang kaganapan sa mga nagdaang taon dito po sa UP. Muli po natin itong babalikan at iririkwento para sariwain at manatiling buhay sa ating mga alaala. For our Rekwento of the day, here's a story from UP 67 years ago. Alam niyo ba mga kasali na noong 1959, nagsimula ang UP Department of Speech Communication and Theater Arts or DSCTA bilang Department of Speech and Drama. Noon, bagong hiwalay pa lamang ito mula sa Department of English at dala nito ang isang malinaw na layunin: pag-aralin at paunlarin ang sining ng pagsasalita, komunikasyon at pagtatanghal. Hindi lang bilang kasanayan, kundi bilang disiplina ng isip at puso. Pagsapit ng 1977, nagbago ang pangalan nito tungo sa Department of Speech Communication and Theater Arts. Hindi lang ito simpleng pagpapalit ng pangalan, isa itong paninindigan. Ipinakita nito na ang speech ay hindi lang boses o pagbigkas, at ang theater arts ay may mahalagang lugar sa Philippine humanities. Sa paglipas ng panahon, mas luminaw ang pagkakakilanlan ng DSCTA.
isang departamentong nakatuon hindi lamang sa pag-aaral kundi sa aktwal na pagsasabuhay ng komunikasyon, teatro at performance. Isa itong forward-looking at socially engaged na akademikong komunidad, bukas sa publiko, konektado sa institusyon at may malasakit sa lipunan. Kinilala ito ng National Research Council of the Philippines bilang 2022 Outstanding Institution for Humanities, isang patunay sa ambag nito sa pananaliksik, sining at kaalaman. Hanggang ngayon, patuloy na hinuhubog ng DZUP ang mga mag-aaral sa UP sa tsorya at praktika ng komunikasyon at pagtatanghal. Mula sa iba't ibang larangan ang mga guro nito, nagtatagpo ang pananaliksik at paglikha at buhay ng diwa ng sining na nag-uugnay sa isip at damdamin. Isang paalala na ang komunikasyon at sining kapag pinagsama ay may kapangyarihang umabot hindi lang sa utak kundi sa puso.
Yan pong ating rekwento sa araw na ito tungkol sa UP Department of Speech, Communication and Theater Arts or DZUP mga kasali, na kung saan it ties perfectly po sa ating episode topic sa araw na ito because we will be talking more on speech, we will be talking more on the performances and all. So sit back and relax dahil isang makabuluhang usapan po mula sa arkibo ng Oble Records ang hatid namin sa inyo mga kasali. Ngayong buwan po ng Pebrero ipinagdiriwang natin ang National Arts Month. Sunod po ito sa Proclamation number 683 series of 1991 na nilagdaan noong January 28, 1991. Sa pamamagitan nito, kinikilala po ang mahalagang papel ng sining sa paghubog ng pambansang identidad at sa pagpapalaganap ng iba't ibang disiplina gaya ng sayaw, musika, teatro at biswal na sining. Sa loob po ng universidad dito sa UP, kaisa po ang UP sa selebrasyong ito dahil nangunguna rito ang UP Diliman Office for Initiatives in Culture and the Arts or OICA sa pangunguna po ng taunang Diliman Arts and Culture Festival. Isa po itong pagdiriwang na nagtatampok ng iba't ibang anyo ng sining at malikhaing pagpapahayag dito po sa ating campus. And as part of this year's Arts Month celebration, we feature Blind Together, a two-part project that explores dance, perception and inclusion through the lived experiences of blindness. These activities highlight blindness as a source of creative potential, challenge visual dominance, and expand access-centered artistic practices in the university. And to help us better understand this project, mga kasali, which is part of our UP Month's celebration this year, we are joined by the people leading Blind Together here in UP. So first, joining us in the program is Assistant Professor Al Garcia, the project coordinator of the Blind Together and the artistic director of the UP Dance Company. Welcome to the program, Director Garcia.
Magandang araw po sa lahat.
Magandang araw po. And also with us to share more about the event and to take part in this kwentuhang utak at puso, Blind Together mga kasali involves two collaborating Thailand artists. Joining us in the studio live na live is Nitipat Ong Polachai, a Thai artist and facilitator of Blind Together. Mabuhay Ong. Welcome to the Philippines. Welcome to the program.
Hi!
Yes. For our viewers and listeners, Ong is a movement artist, researcher, and educator working across somatics, disability justice, and art science inquiry. Trained in physics and now teaching at university level, his practice explores how body sense, relate, and create knowledge beyond vision, productivity, and normative ability. Ong is a co-founder of Conscious Movement Collective Bangkok and initiator of the Blind Together. Welcome to the Philippines again. Welcome to the program, Ong.
Hi! Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Another one joining us as well in our kwentuhang utak at puso is Tofi Sofon Taklong. Tapkong, yes. Tofi is a blind performer, movement practitioner, and disability rights advocate based in Thailand. Mabuhay, Tofi. Welcome to the Philippines. Welcome to our program.
Okay. Hi, สวัสดีครับ
Sawadee-kap, yes. To our listeners and viewers, Tofi is his work centers on lived sensory experience, everyday navigation, and relational trust as artistic material. Through performance and collaboration, Tofi challenges visual dominance in contemporary art and opens new ways of sensing, listening, and moving together. And Blind Together is part of his ongoing commitment to making visibility not an object of representation but a source of knowledge and creative leadership. Mabuhay, welcome again to our program, Tofi. Okay, thank you very much for joining us today and for gracing our program with your presence. I think we can begin our kwentuhan. Kwentuhan means sharing stories and having a heartfelt conversation. So it's kind of like a Filipino thing that we actually do. And here in our program, it's kwentuhang utak at puso, a conversation of the mind and the heart. Maybe we could start with Director Garcia, I think, as the project coordinator of this event and in celebration of Arts Month here in UP. There are 3 major events, but a total of 18 events will happen. Is actually happening in the entire month of February. One of the highlighted projects is Blind Together. Could you walk us through, Director Garcia, as to what the project is and how it was proposed and included in this year's celebration?
So Blind Together is an initiative of OICA, UP OICA, in collaboration with these 2 artists, Ong and Tofi.
Yes.
Also in collaboration with the UP Dance Company. So this Bliss project is interesting and it's new for the not just for the performing arts community in the Philippines, but also in the university.
Ooh.
Because we are exploring multi-sensory body, embodied experience through movement. So maraming experimentation na ginagawa na kung paano ma-experience ng mga sighted people or artists yung na-experience ng mga blind artists. At sa loob ng 2 linggo, bumuo kami ng isang komunidad ng mga independent artists and musicians para sumali sa workshops nila Ong and ni Tofi. At ang ganda nung proseso kasi may mga kasama rin kaming blind artist from Hiraya Collective na isa rin naming collaborator. Mamaya ikikwento ko kung ano pa yung isang mahalagang ambag ng Hiraya Collective para sa proyektong ito. Yun. Sa loob ng 2 linggo, bubuo kami ng isang piyesa. At ipe-perform namin ito sa UP grounds.
Opo.
Yan.
Okay.
Tapos ngayon, nasa process kami of making this work.
The performance, the showcase itself.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for walking us through that journey, Director Garcia. I'd like to ask Ong, let's talk more about the experience itself, because this project invites people to move and connect beyond visual cues. Can you share the utak and puso, the brain and the heart of Blind Together, and how it grew into a project that it rethinks how we experienced movement and performance beyond sight?
It's a very long journey that we've gone through. We started then. Tofi and I has been dancing together since 2017. Yeah, and the nature of my movement and art creation practice always involve community, and naturally, like, so I've been developing this practice with a group of educators, and they work with children, and it's very interdisciplinary. And also, like, through doing this practice also in a meditation center in Bangkok, where people from all walks of life are joined, and many of them are interested in process that involve participation, how we engage people from different experience to have empathy, to develop empathy, embody empathy, and also to share more openly, and so they can bring back into their learning space that they create, or the social work or the care space they created. So and Tofi kind of enter the picture when he joined my dance workshop in 2016, because at the time, Toffee, as a blind person, he just started in theater. He found that the practice of theater is a way to connect with humanity, and it's a way for him to access different group of people beyond his like normal academic activities. So but then at the time all of the dance and movements or ways of learning about body is so like visually concentrated.
Yes.
So yeah, and he found this group of people, this practice kind of relevant for him. So it started from that period of time. Yeah.
You mentioned because for many people, dance and performance are very visual experience. We mostly associate performance with what we see. Maybe with that in mind, how do you usually introduce the concept of non-visual performance to new participants?
Yeah, even if we close our eyes, there's still image.
Yes.
There's still space. There's still imagination, right? It's like when we used to read books, right? And then we create a theater
Yes.
in our head, right?
Opens the mind.
Yeah. So it's just as simple as that. So closing the eye is more like an option. More like option to experience the world in another way. So when we open our eyes again, it becomes richer. So it's actually very simple, and I think nowadays, the time when like with so much information throwing at us on social media and algorithm is like kind of controlling us the way we use media, right? So it becomes a kind of like a retreat also to like, okay, what am I actually feeling right now? Who am I really? Yeah, and the fact that we practice this together, not just alone, it becomes it opens up more understanding of the self, because when we try to understand other people beyond the normal way,
Yes.
right? So it opens up the part of us that was hidden, that we kind of like suppress or like didn't know we have, because we're always like rushing and trying to catch up with everything.
Correct.
Yeah.
It reminds us that movement isn't only something that we watch or we see, but it's something that we can feel and experience. I'd like to ask Tofi, let's talk about your story as an artist. Tofi is an artist, an actor, a dancer, and an acting coach. Maybe as a movement practitioner, how did your journey in dance and performance start? Like, was it something you were already interested in growing up?
การมาเป็นนักเคลื่อนไหวเป็นนักเต้นอะไรเงี้ยทัฟฟี่ก็ทำหลายอย่างแต่เอาด้านนี้ก่อน
เริ่มยังไงใช่ไหมก็คือตอนแรกเราเรียนรัฐศาสตร์อยู่แล้วก็เหมือนเราเริ่มสนใจเรื่องของประเด็นเรื่องเกี่ยวกับการออกแบบหรือเรื่องของสังคมเป็นระดับแรกอะไรเงี้ย
So at the beginning, Toffee was a student in political science.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I was interested in society and also in accessibility. Yeah, for people who are disabled in society. So that was when it started. ต่อฮะ
เหมือนในประเทศของเราครับคนพิการเนี่ยมักจะถูกจำกัดในหลายอย่างที่จะเข้าไปทำหมายว่ากิจกรรมต่างๆหรือการใช้ชีวิตต่างๆอะไรเงี้ยเราสนใจว่าถ้าเรามีกระบวนการออกแบบหรือนโยบายที่ดีเนี่ยคนพิการจะสามารถเข้าถึงได้ไหมมันเลยเป็นจุดเริ่มต้นที่เราเริ่มเข้าไปในรัฐศาสตร์อะไรเงี้ย
Yeah, and his objective for going to political science is also interested in design of society, and he perceived that disabled people in Thailand, we tend to have a lot of limitation kind of imposed on us from like people from society attitude and not only just policy. So that's why he came into to study this and research about like people perception, as well as just like how to make a policy, that makes disabled people more accessible to all the different services and also like spaces.
Wow, that's very interesting. What did you always imagine yourself becoming a performer, Tofi?
เคยแบบว่านึกภาพว่าตัวเองจะเป็นนักแสดงมาก่อนหน้านี้ไหมอะไรเงี้ย
ของเราไม่เคยนึกมาก่อนเพราะว่าด้วยข้อจำกัดของการมองเห็นเนี่ยเรานี่ศิลปะการแสดงปกติมันจะใช้การมองเห็นหลักๆคือ 70-80% อยู่แล้วแปลว่า ศิลปะหรือการแสดงเนี่ยค่อนข้างจะไกลตัวกับตัวเรามากไม่เคยคิดภาพนั้นมาก่อนอะไรเงี้ย
It was really out of his mind that he would become a performer because to be in the entertainment industry, it's all about being seen.
Correct.
So yeah, it's a surprise for him also.
Wow,
that he found his way.
it's very beautiful to know that, movement can connect the inner world to the outer world. Talagang ano siya mga kasali, utak at puso working together. I'd like also to ask Tofi, what inspired you the idea of joining Blind Together and the group of Ong?
มาสร้าง By Together ไอเดียมันพัฒนามายังไงทอฟฟี่ล่ะ
ไอเดียยังไงใช่ไหมก็คือว่าจริงๆเรามีความสนใจในเรื่องของ movement อยู่แล้วแหละว่า movement เนี้ยตัวเราเองเราจะฝึกยังไงหรือว่าเราจะสามารถเข้าใจร่างกายที่เราไม่เคยเห็นได้ยังไงอะไรเงี้ยเป็นอันนี้เป็นศาสตร์ตั้งต้นก่อน
Yeah, the initiative come from like his own desire to understand his body more and how to perform with others, to dance with others as a blind person, and it becomes through these questions, the practice kind of developed.
Yes.
Over time, in a way that actually become like very inviting and allowing people to practice dancing together, to understand the body together through the direct experience of listening to each other and dance together. So it's kind of like built into kind of inclusivity.
Yes, inclusivity.
By like naturally, very naturally.
Yeah.
And organically. It's not like we need to like design, we're just doing it and then we keep learning by practicing with different people. We get a lot of feedback from people as we grow along in this process.
Yes, the project is conceived and led by the two of you. What is the collaboration like between you two as the lead artist and as the facilitating artist during the creative process? Maybe how do you work together? Let's start with Ong as the facilitator of the project. How do you collaborate with Tofi in developing and guiding the creative process? What is your role in this?
Yeah, so actually there's a huge and interesting turning point in our collaboration. So just before COVID, before that when we started, we would meet for like three months or 2 months and work on a performance at an existing event venues. And at some point we realized that it wasn't sustainable because we always have to like make like a visual performance for like certain platform. So around 2019 and 20 we shift the way we work into just researching why Toffee, what it means for Toffee to dance and to move, for himself, and what it means to like and how we want to share this. We kind of leave it aside for that period. So and also we got some grants from British Council and Asian Cultural Council to research the movement method and the way we would build workshops. So in the end, we made a website that details the whole process, and it created like several workshops all together, and we just use this workshop to share with many different people to experience it as it is. So it's sort of like build a community and a body of practices, of exercises, and from then on, after we came back from the pandemic, we would make like an in-house performance in our friend's studio, and we would invite, and it has a lot of different like objects. We want to include the sensation of dancing in nature, how the plants that we always take them out from the nature and put in our house, and they were sitting there in the corner, and we go to them when we need a little refreshment, right? We dance with them. And all these kind of research also related to some kind of healing rituals that people do in Thailand, like kind of culturally, and the platform by performing this improvisation in this way and having audience, and we invite them they can come in a space and do anything. They can close their eyes. They can touch the object, interact with the object. They can have like improvised conversation with us in the piece. It become a research where I really collect community and the way we involve and participate and have this direct experience of being together. So the project start to build, and around 2 years ago, Toffee start to also facilitate, and that really became that's the emergence of Blind Together, where it's like it's very participatory and interactive process.
Wow, that's deeply rooted in passion and research as well. That's very good to hear. Let's go with Tofi as the lead artist of Blind Together. How would you describe your collaboration with Netipat during the creative process?
ในกระบวนการสร้างเนี่ยมันเป็นประมาณไหนในโยงประมาณไหน
กระบวนการสร้างเป็นประมาณไหน
เราอะไรเงี้ยการทำงานร่วมกันกับเราอะไรเงี้ย
เราว่าจริงๆแล้วมันคือเหมือนถ้าเรามองจริงๆมันก็คือขบวนการทดลองอ่ะเพราะว่าขบวนการพวกนี้มันไม่เคยถูกคิดมาก่อนอะไรเงี้ยแปลว่าความยากของมันก็คือเราจะใช้เวลายังไงที่จะทดลองกับมันแล้วก็ปัญหาคือขบวนการพวกนี้มันต้องถูกคิดใหม่อยู่ตลอดอะไรเงี้ย
For Toffee, it's a process of experimentation because it's something that people haven't really done much about it, and so the challenges is about how we manage our spirits and also time. Yeah, how to find time, how to find regularity of like meeting together and continue doing it. And as we invite different people to join, it's like a new character, a new energy, a new lived experience joining us. So we have to be open to keep reinventing the practice in different ways.
Yeah,
all the time.
it's also about building on trust and listening to each other, right?
มันการสร้างความใช้ใจแล้วก็ฟังกันละกันนะ
Now that we've heard about the collaboration behind the project, I would like to ask Prof. Garcia, Director Garcia, let's bring in the perspective of the UP Dance Company. We've talked about the creative process from our Thai artist. Now let's hear from the company who work closely on it. What has it been like for the UP Dance Company to work on Blind Together?
Okay. Experiencing Blind Together is really like life-changing experience for dancers, especially for the students, for the dancers of the UP Dance Company. Because as dancers, we always use eyes for balance, to find center, to look around and communicate with the people around you. But during this few days of workshop with Blind Together, the dancers discovered more about their body. It's a different experience, knowing more deeply inside your body, what's happening inside, and how you relate with the objects around you, with the people around you, with a touch. The simple touch means a lot now, without seeing.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different experience.
Wow. It's good to hear that this project encourages our dancers, the UPDC, to step out of what they're used to, right? And discover new ways of expressing themselves. How has this experience inspired you and the UPDC or invited you to see movement and performance?
Because I think this project is the first of its kind here in the Philippines. We have invited blind collaborators as dancers.
Yes.
So they're dancing, and we're also inviting blind audiences for this work. So I think the inclusivity of this work echoes more. Yeah, because we're trying to invite blind people to experience live performance.
Yes.
So for Blind Together, we have this live audio captioning, so the blind audiences can experience the whole piece during the live performance. So it's the first time that's happening here in the Philippines, and I think we should encourage and do more of these performances.
Yes, we're very grateful and we're very lucky to experience this kind of thing here for the first time in the Philippines, right, Director Garcia? Let's talk about, because Blind Together is presented as a two-part project. The first is inclusive dance workshop that I believe it happened last Monday, February 9, and the other one is yung ginagawa nyo ngayon, the public performance happening this Friday, February 13. I'd like to ask Tofi and Ong, how did the inclusive dance workshop experience go? Like for Tofi as the lead artist and for Mr. Ong, what was your facilitation process in guiding the participants through it? Maybe we could start with Tofi.
ทอฟฟี่ลองเล่ากระบวนการเป็นยังไงคนเป็นยังไง
ถ้าเป็นเรื่องของคนเองเรารู้สึกว่าเราชอบความรู้สึกของคนที่นี่เหมือนว่าธรรมชาติของเขาอะไรเงี้ยรู้สึกว่าคนที่นี่enjoy กับการแบบเคลื่อนไหวหรือมีปฏิสัมพันธ์มากๆอะไรเงี้ยมันเลยทำให้รู้สึกว่าทำงานค่อนข้างง่ายในการมาที่นี่อะไรเงี้ย
In terms of the people, Toffee feel very elated and really happy to work with the people at UP and in the Philippines. He felt like people here can really tap into their natural cheerfulness and the desire to be together is so eminent and it's so natural and it's like very refreshing for us to be here and experience that. It was very beautiful ต่อฮะ
ส่วนกระบวนการที่เราเอามาแชร์ครับหลักๆเราจะใช้อยู่ไม่กี่ส่วนก็คือเราใช้กระบวนการเรื่องเกี่ยวกับการรับรู้พื้นที่ยังไงหรือร่างกายที่มองไม่เห็นแล้วเราจะมีปฏิสัมพันธ์กับผู้อื่นหรือตัวเรายังไง
In terms of facilitation, we use first about like how to understand our own body. There were different elements that made up the body parts, right? So that was useful kind of tools to help people ground themselves, and they can have like a journey in their like inner travel within their sensation. And the second part is about communication and connection.
Yes.
Yeah, how we visualize others, how we have an image of other, how can we sense other, and also find safety in having people around us as references. Yeah, and also about we have tools about navigation, like how can we have this term echolocation. Yeah, like how when we there's always noise, sound coming out of our body, our vibration, and how we can hear it back, how it reflects on different surfaces, different people. So everything we do, our movement, our being, there's always a reflection, always an echo coming back. We kind of use this like kind of umbrella concept. That really guides the different practices, different specific practices that we do, and it's about attention, like building attention. When you have enough things that you notice, it becomes alive. Yeah, it kind of grows and build composition, and then your imagination open for the creation. Yeah.
The inclusive dance workshop lasted for how many hours?
So each day we practiced 3 hours. We had already three times.
Yes.
Yeah, and actually last time on Monday, we let the group discuss in groups of maybe like 7 or 8 people, and they discuss about what inclusion means for them or what it feels for them in this process. And they make their own little performance. So yeah, and I really enjoy this process so much because it's when they give back to us also like, oh yeah, we all learn together through this process.
How about to you, Ong? How was the experience doing it in the Philippines?
Oh wow, it's like it's something, it's like dream come true. Dream I didn't know I have. No, that's sometimes I put it like that, because people here I feel this sense of a collective support and a really open heart and the creative spirits were so alive. By just us giving out really little like question and everybody was like really holding the space together, and they were so creative. The first day I remember it was just a little check-in we did with we were holding hands in a circle, and we introduced ourselves as a creature with some superpower. And we all close our eyes and like let that sink in, and how would we imagine that creature and how it would move. And we went around in circle. It's really building up into like a performance in our mind. Yeah, and we also like interact with the musician. So like this whole kind of shared energy, shared information, shared creativity happening in the space. It was so refreshing.
Wow. So basically the workshop was not only about dancing, but also about the trust and the openness and trying something new, especially for the Filipinos who attended the workshop. I'd like to ask Director Garcia, this time for the performance showcase component happening this February 13, this Friday, I believe you opened a call for performers.
Yes.
How was the response? Did you receive strong interest from potential participants?
Yes, we received almost 20 for movement artists and 15 musicians.
Wow.
And all we accepted all of them, and now we're doing the rehearsals with them, and they're really good.
Yeah.
They're really into it.
It was more than I expected,
Yes.
actually. At first I thought, oh, maybe we come and then we have like just a few dancers and like a few musicians, and we will make like a duet with a little add-on, and now it's actually like really creating with everyone.
Wow.
It's a big community now.
Wow. How is it different from the inclusive dance workshop, this performance, this showcase?
So yeah, the showcase, I think it's a lot about how we can welcome the guest into the space, and how a lot of it we have usually the structure of the rehearsal is like we have different games, like improvisational games, and we're just gonna put the game in the space, and how the space inform what comes out of people, and how we keep each other safe and welcoming. Yeah, and we have also a part, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but some of the audience will be invited to experience a blind tour. So they would go on a tour and like touch and with someone guide and like kind of invite them into the space. So yeah.
Okay.
So let me talk about the touch tour, because when we have blind audiences in a live performance, 30 minutes or 1 hour before the show, they have a touch tour. So they will touch the set design around the costumes, the props, so they would understand what will happen during the show.
Yes.
Yeah, while it's narrated to them. So it's also a new thing, and I think it's a good practice to really encourage this type of audiences.
So it's like exploring the performance space. Yes,
before the
using the
performance.
touch and other senses.
Yes.
Wow.
And not only for the blind, I think we're inviting also the sighted people to experience the touch tour. Yeah.
Ooh. And it will happen before the performance. Okay. We'll just have a short break for now. When we come back, mga kasali, we'll continue our kwentuhang utak at puso about Blind Together, and let's discover more about what this event has in store. Maaari po kayong magpadala ng inyong mga komento or suggestion sa comment section ng ating DZUP, Facebook and YouTube Live. Ito pa rin po ang UP Atin to, kwentuhang may utak, kwentuhang may puso. DZUP 1602, kasali ka.
Ano daw ang nangyari sa Lata pagpasok niya sa Universidad ng Pilipinas?
Naku, ibang bungad to. Si Kuya Mark, napapakamot sa atin. Ano ba nangyayari sa Lata?
Di na, UP.
Isang magandang reunion ang pagbabalik dito sa DZUP studio.
Para saan naman ng utak kung walang puso?
Best part of my education is my life in UP, and I'm very proud to be from UP.
Hindi mo naaapakan yung karapatan niya. Your idea of a strategy will be as good as any.
Produced it with compassion, with feeling, and with integrity, then those stories have been worth doing and sacrificing for.
lumalalim, lumalawak yung pananaw natin sa media at komunikasyon.
Lahat tayo may kakayahan, lahat tayo may masasabi.
Kasali po kayo sa ating talakayan.
Sa DZUP 1602 kHz sa inyong mga radyo,
Sa audio streaming sa dzup.org, sa Facebook page at YouTube channel ng DZUP.
Abangan pa po ang iba pa pong episode sa bagong kaalaman ngayong tanghalian.
Kwentuhang may utak, kwentuhang may puso.
UP Atin to.
Halika na't makinig sa DZUP 1602. Tayo na't makinig sa DZUP 1602. Ikaw ako tayo sa DZUP 1602. Kasali ka.
Wow, girl, ang galing mo mag-edit.
Thanks ha. Pinaghirapan ko to.
Girl, favor naman. Pwede ka ba mag-edit para sa akin?
Sure. I usually charge for
No. As a favor.
favor.
Okay lang, 'di ba?
Always pay your artists. Art is their living.
Sorry, friend. I understand. Anong going rate mo?
Isang paalala mula sa DZUP 1602, kasali ka.
Uy, ikaw. Oo, ikaw. Naalala mo ba kung anong manahawakan mo sa buong maghapon? Nung binuksan mo yung pinto palabas. Nung nagbayad ka ng pamasahe.
Papo yung 20.
Iyang kakainin mong pagkain. Ang mga pang-araw-araw nating gawain ay maaring magpasa ng mikrobyong nagdudulot ng sakit. Parating maghugas ng mga kamay upang mapanatili itong malinis. Isang paalala mula sa DZUP 1602, kasali ka.
Anak ko. Ano po nangyari, sir?
Drunk driving ho, misis.
Pero hindi umiinom ng alak ang anak ko.
Pero yung nakabangga ho, oo.
Drunk driving at distracted driving ang mga pangunahing sanhi ng aksidente sa daan. Huwag magmaneho ng lasing, inaantok, o nagte-text. Isang paalala mula sa DZUP 1602. Kasali ka.
Pasok ka rito.
Tara sa kwentuhang may utak.
Kwentuhang may puso.
UP Atin to.
We're back. Nagbabalik po ang kwentuhang may utak, kwentuhang may puso. UP Atin to. Yan. Shout out sa mga producers namin na pinansin po ang banks ko today. Maraming salamat sa inyo. We're still joined by our guest from the Blind Together project as part of the UP Diliman Arts and Culture Festival 2026. Still have Assistant Professor Al Garcia, the project coordinator of the Blind Together and the artistic director of the UP Dance Company. Would you like to say hi again, Prof, to our listeners and viewers?
Ay, magandang hapon sa lahat.
Yes. And of course, Ong, a Thai artist and Blind Together facilitator. Say hi again to our
Hi,
listeners.
good afternoon, everyone.
And of course, Tofi, Thai blind performer, movement practitioner, and disability rights advocate. Would you like to say hi, Tofi?
Hi, สวัสดีตอนเที่ยงครับ
Yes. For the first part of our kwentuhan, we already talked about how Blind Together started and the heart behind the project, and of course how it challenges the usual way we think about dance and performance. This time, let's continue our kwentuhang utak at puso. I'd like to ask Director Garcia, we've been talking about inclusion and new ways of experiencing dance, considering how dance is evolving today. Sa tingin niyo po, why is it important for the dance companies like the UPDC in universities? Why is it important for you to engage in inclusive and access-centered work like this?
Sa panahon ngayon kasi, lalo for the blind, yung environment natin for the blind is hindi friendly. Like our streets are not friendly for the blind.
Yes.
Our transportation are not friendly to the blind community. So I think inviting their community to live performances is a big step, and I think malaking bagay yung initiative na to ng UP to include them in performance making and also in viewing as an audience sa live performance.
They become more aware and compassionate to artists.
And actually, I've talked to some of the blind community in the Philippines at gustong-gusto nilang sining. Gustong-gusto nilang nagbabasa ng libro.
Wow.
Nagbabasa ng script reading. Gusto nilang nag-travel, climbing, mountain climbing, ganyan. Active sila. So, natuwa sila na may ganitong initiative yung UP na gusto nilang sumayaw. Gusto nilang sumayaw at happy sila na nagkaroon ng Blind Together project.
Wow. Making sure everyone has a chance to be included and express themselves. Na it reminds us that the arts should be open to everyone, right? And not just for a few people. That's very interesting, Prof. Garcia. Let's talk about Tuong. You've worked with different communities before and you've done this project in other countries too. How has facilitating Blind Together in the Philippines been similar to or maybe different from your experiences in other places?
Yeah, according to the feedback from participants in the public workshop, it's quite similar to my audience in Vietnam and also China as well. The need to have space for people to rest and tune into and listen to their body, and also like to gather and speak heart to heart. Yes, and because I think people nowadays we have a lot of like mental health issues also coming from stress from work or from society in general, and for people from different profession, different fields to just gather as human. I see these sentiments a lot in China and in Vietnam, but I feel like also the difference is in the Philippines. I think you guys have a lot of already existing movement practices, theater, dance, singing. So and that already that's already in there. It's already in everyone's here too. But I feel like our contribution is also to kind of see a different version, different way that people can adapt what they know to reach different communities, different cultures. Yeah, because there's a lot of different cultures in the Philippines as well, right? Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Filipinos are energetic.
Yes.
Yeah, but even if cultures are different, people can still connect through movement and shared experiences. How about you, Thovi? How has performing and working on Blind Together in the Philippines been similar to or different from your experiences from other places?
ที่นี่มันเหมือนหรือมันต่างจากที่อื่นๆยังไงจะเทียบกับไทยหรือว่ากับอินเดียก็ได้ครับ
ถ้าที่นี่เราว่ามันมีความคล้ายๆไทยอยู่หมายถึงว่าด้วยของวัฒนธรรมเราไม่แน่ใจว่าวัฒนธรรมแต่ว่าเรารู้ว่าพื้นที่หรือสถานที่ต่างๆเนี่ยหรือว่าคาแรคเตอร์ของคนมันจะมีความแบบคล้ายๆไทยอยู่
For him, the vibe here is very similar to Thailand. Maybe in terms of like he feels familiar with the space, the buildings, also the weather, and also the kind of the friendliness of people is quite similar to Thailand.
แต่ว่าความต่างก็คือว่าเราว่าที่นี่เขาจะมีความเรารู้สึกว่าเขามีความรู้จักร่างกายหรือว่ามีความเขาเรียกว่าอะไรการใช้การใกล้ชิดที่กับร่างกายตัวเองหรือผู้อื่นน่ะมากกว่าที่ไทย
But the difference is people here seems to have more intimacy with your own body and also to approach other people, whereas in Thailand people are a bit shy and a bit like reclusive, and kind of afraid to express.
Yeah, glad to hear that you enjoyed your experience here in the Philippines, and it's also nice to know that the project connected with you in meaningful ways. I'd like to ask Tofi, because you mentioned that Blind Together is part of your ongoing commitment to making disability not an object of representation but a source of knowledge and creative leadership. What do you hope people learn about disability through Blind Together?
ทอฟฟี่ในฐานะมันเป็นแอคทิวิสต์เนี่ยคิดว่าคาดหวังว่าคนจะได้เรียนรู้อะไรผ่านการแบบ มีส่วนร่วมกับ Blind Together
เราว่าในเจตนาของเราตอนแรกเองอ่ะเรามองว่า Blind Together เนี่ยเราทำเพื่อเราจะสร้างพื้นที่ของการตระหนักรู้นะที่จะให้แบบคนที่ไม่ใช่คนตาบอดหรือคนตาบอดเองเนี่ยได้มีส่วนร่วมกับพื้นที่แห่งนี้หรือว่าในการแสดงหรือเห็นความเป็นไปได้ของศิลปะการแสดงที่มากขึ้น
Yeah, his initial intention for Blind Together was about raising awareness for blind people of that they can be in the space where they can perform, they can create with sighted people. That was the initial intention. แล้วก็แต่
อย่างหนึ่งเรารู้สึกว่าเรามองว่าร่างกายของความมองไม่เห็นเนี่ยมันมีความน่าสนใจของความไม่รู้หรือความเป็นไปได้อื่นๆที่เรารู้สึกว่ามนุษย์เนี่ยหรือคนที่มองเห็นเนี่ยบางทีเราใช้สายตามากจนเกินไปหรือบางทีเนี่ยการได้หลับตาบ้างหรือการที่มองไม่เห็นเนี่ยมันอาจจะพาเราไปพบประสบการณ์ของร่างกายบางอย่างที่เราอาจจะไม่เคยรู้จักมันมาก่อนเมื่อเรามองเห็นอะไรอย่างเงี้ย
But then there's an added like point that he like that we discovered about the blind dancing body. We call the blind dancing body has certain knowledge, certain already there like wisdom of how they have to improvise. They have to adapt to the different spaces, and also they have a way to approach people that is different. And it's we found that it's something that's turned out to be quite beneficial for sighted people to also learn and also to know. Yeah, and also like it allows them to also approach and have access and become connected to the blind community. Yeah.
To Ong, you've worked and traveled across different countries and cultural contexts. How have these experiences shaped your perspective as an artist and facilitator of Blind Together?
Yeah, I think this process or this practice is very accessible. Yeah, it's very it's relevant and also for anyone. And it's like a very easy entry also into like the inner world and the way we can connect beyond kind of a social expectation or like the kind of we use eyes to judge or an eyes it's like fast but it create distances in a way. Yeah, and to evoke this layer of communication, of exchange, of sensing and listening, it can open up a lot of things. Yeah, so I also work across different fields, different communities. Like I work with kind of queer movements as well, like in the region. And but I feel that there's this simple act of like just how can I find my own authenticity by listening through the body and also like be also generous. And compassionate and also like seeing other people. It's such a crucial and beneficial tools to connect and to find resilience. Yeah, as a and like have this collective listening through the body. Yeah, it's something that I carry and this blind approach really informed me in my work so much.
Wow. Does it add something new to your perspective as an artist?
Definitely. Actually, the most striking and unusual way is I learned to perform as a blind person. That's a huge thing for me because I'm a very visual person. Because I'm a physicist, right? I'm trained as a physicist. It's all about diagrams, drawing, doing this operation in my head with the visual. And I always when I perform, I always focus on what do people see, you know? And when I actually close my eyes and like accept the way they would see me, and for me to not really know how they will see me, and how to just be and let myself become the space, become a contributor to the performance as a phenomena. That really changed the way I perceive my role as performer, as an artist.
Yes, and we need more people like you, Yes. I'd like to ask Director Garcia, as the director and coordinator of Blind Together here in UP, was there like a moment in this process that you found especially meaningful. Has there been a moment in this project that felt especially meaningful to you?
Yeah, because I've like joined the first few workshops and danced with them. I danced with Tofi and Kuya Aki, who's one of the blind volunteer performers, and it's beautiful experience dancing with them. And if you see them dance, you really want to get into their minds and how they perceive the world. You know what I mean. You want to know what's inside their head and what's how they see people, how they perceive colors or sounds. It's a totally different world, and I want to just be there and experience it with them because it's something beautiful.
Yeah, it's like stepping on others' shoes. Yes. How about Tofi and Ong? Has there been a moment in this project that felt especially meaningful to you guys?
ถ้าสิ่งที่เราประทับใจเป็นพิเศษใช่ไหมเอาจริงๆก็เกิดขึ้นไม่นานนี้เนาะก็คือตอนวันจันทร์ที่ผ่านมาเนี่ยเรารู้สึกว่าตอนสร้างงานอะไรอย่างเงี้ยเรารู้สึกว่าคนที่นี่เขาดูมีความสุขจังแล้วก็เหมือนเขาค่อนข้างมีความครีเอทีฟสูงกับสิ่งที่แบบเราไม่รู้มันคืออะไรแต่ว่าเรารู้สึกว่าเราชอบที่เห็นการแสดงที่มันเกิดขึ้นแล้วว่าในคอมมูนิตี้นั้นน่ะเราใฝ่ฝันที่จะเห็นแบบมีคนตาบอดเข้าไปแสดงในนั้นด้วยอยู่แล้วอะไรเงี้ยแล้วมันเกิดขึ้นจริงเรารู้สึกว่าเราค่อนข้างแฮปปี้ว่าโปรเซสของเราอะไรพวกเนี้ยมันเข้าไปถึงคนตาบอดแล้วมันก็ถูกสร้างงานจากตัวคนตาบอดเองแล้วคนตาดีที่เกิดขึ้นในเวิร์กช็อปของเราอะไรเงี้ย
Yeah, Toffee's most memorable moment just happened on Monday. So when he got to see the community of volunteer performers, they create the piece and they collaborate together and collect everyone's opinions and thoughts and ideas and wish and desire to create the work. It gave him so much happiness. There's a sense of joy, and it was almost like a dream come true for him to see the moment when the creation come from blind participants and sighted participants working together. So it's like a glimpse of hope that he see how you would integrate and include the blind as someone, as an artist, who like make like a valid work, and then it's all accepted and really shared together.
Would you like to add on that? Was there like a meaningful experience for you doing this here in the Philippines?
For me, the like meeting Eva Wang, the director of Hiraya Collective, who has done a lot of work in building their community of blind and sighted artists. And also creating media and produce media that have accessibility. That's so inspiring. It's like a huge bridge that I was surprised that we got to connect, and also to see like to be with their community. Yeah, we hang out a lot and we share a lot, and there's a lot of dream and values that we align and share. So thank you, Al, for introducing us to meet each other.
And we hope our audiences lived with greater empathy and awareness about this kind of thing. Maybe as we wrap up, let us invite our mga kasali to experience Blind together and share why they shouldn't miss it. Director Al?
Yes, so inanyayahan ko ang lahat na sumali sa Blind Together performance ngayong Biyernes 4 p.m. mag-umpisa ang palabas pagtatanghal sa harap ng UP Theater at magta-travel ito papunta sa harapan ng College of Music. So kita-kits po tayo.
How about Ong and Tofi? Let's invite our audiences and listeners and viewers.
Please, if you're around, please come to UP Theater at 4 p.m. this Friday. We're gonna have a huge party. So yeah.
How about Tofi?
วันศุกร์เป็นไงมีอะไรเกิดขึ้นบ้างก็หวังว่าวันศุกร์นี้ก็คือว่าโปรแกรมตัวนี้มันก็จะเป็นโปรแกรมที่เราหวังว่าทุกคนจะเข้าถึงมันได้แล้วก็เหมือนเป็นการที่แบบว่าเปิดประสบการณ์ให้กับคนที่จะเข้ามาดูเนี่ยว่า การรับรู้ของตาบอดเป็นยังไงแล้วก็เราจะออกแบบพื้นที่ด้วยกันได้ยังไงอะไรเงี้ยหวังว่าจะได้เจอทุกคนในวันศุกร์นี้ฮะ
This Friday, I hope to see everyone. We are so excited to share our work that will leave some questions about accessibility and how to include blind people into creative practice, and also how we co-create space together. So we're excited to see you.
Thank you very much. We invite you all, mga kasali, to experience Blind Together this February 13, this Friday. Thank you so much to our guest for sharing your time, your stories, your utak at puso with us today. And we hope you continue supporting inclusive and meaningful art like this. Assistant Professor Al Garcia, Artistic Director of the UP Dance Company and the Project Coordinator of the Blind Together. Thank you, Director.
Maraming salamat.
And of course, Ong, Thai artist and Blind Together facilitator. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tofi, thank you, Tofi.
Yay!
Para po sa mas marami pang makabuluhang diskusyon sa loob at labas ng oblation, bisitahin pong aming website dzup.org at i-like ang DZUP Facebook page, and don't forget to subscribe sa aming DZUP YouTube channel. Sa pangalan po ng ating mga kasamahan sa programang ito, mula po sa production team si Almira, si Cindy, sa ating online team Jansen, Jean, Nej, sa technical team Kuya Mark, Kuya Ramon, shout out Kuya Raymond, sa ating program director si Michelle Martinez, at sa ating station manager si Assistant Professor Ivy Claudio. Maraming salamat po. Kita-kits tayo this Friday sa Blind Together. Ako po si JJ Malate, at sa DZUP 1602, kasali ka.
Kwentuhang may utak.
Kwentuhang may puso.
UP Atin to. Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 12 ng tanghali sa DZUP. Kasali ka.